This was the land of the silent ones. Here, nothing had a voice. Not the wind, not the birds, not the people. Everything had faded into whispers, then disappeared. And in this land, there was a child whose name had been forgotten. Once, he had been someone. But over time, he became a shadow. At first, it was small, just a silence that followed at his feet. But with each passing day, it grew. Whenever a pair of eyes looked at him, but didn't truly see. Whenever questions went unanswered. Whenever touches lingered in the air but never landed. This shadow expanded, and one day, the child disappeared completely. No voice, no presence, only a quiet trace remained. But even the shadow could not live in the land of the silent ones. This was a place for those who no longer existed. So he walked, searching for his own voice. And as he walked, the silence was left behind. Before him rose a vast forest. This was the forest of screams. Here, no one could stay silent. Everything was deafening. The trees did not rustle, they roared. The river did not flow, it thundered. The wind did not blow, it howled. And in this place, the shadow began to change. When he had been silent, no one had seen him. But maybe he became big and terrifying. They would notice him. But in the forest of screams, the shadow grew and grew and grew until he was no longer just a shadow. He had become a monster. He had enormous claws, sharp teeth, a voice that rumbled with fury. And whenever someone came near, he roared, "You didn't see me. Then I will make you fear me." Whenever someone showed him kindness, he bared his teeth. "You never held me. Then don't love me." Whenever someone laughed, he bellowed with rage. "You didn't hear him. Then I will silence you." And in that moment, the forest fell silent. For the first time, the child's voice echoed alone. Even the forest of screams held its breath. And in that silence, the monster realized he was alone despite all his screams. No one had truly touched him. No one had truly answered him. He had been lost in his own cries. And then he understood something. When he was silent, he was invisible. When he screamed, he was feared. But all he had ever wanted was to be heard. So for the first time, he took a deep breath and whispered, "I am here." This time, the whisper echoed back, "I am here." The trees murmured, "I am here." The river whispered, "I am here." And at that moment, a tear slipped from his eye. It fell to the ground, and from where it landed, a small, faint light appeared. First, just a flicker, then a glowworm, and growing, it was the seed of love, once forgotten, but always waiting. For the first time, the monster reached out. With trembling hands, he held the light, and in that moment, he felt warmth inside. His rage softened. His claws shrank. His voice calmed, and little by little, he became a child again. The forest of screams was never the same. The trees roared less. The river raged less, because the seed of love had balanced both the silence and the screams. And as the child walked out of the forest, he heard a whisper, a voice that had once been silent. "I am here too." He turned, and there he saw his mother, her hands reaching out to him with love. She, too, had been searching for her voice. A child didn't have to go far to be lost. They could disappear right before your eyes. But love had the power to bring back those who were lost. And everyone learned to see, not just with their eyes, but with their hearts.